It's not always accurate to claim that the rarest historical discoveries are the most valuable. However, it is fair to say that the shocking archaeological discoveries are usually the most captivating. Shocking finds give experts fewer points of comparison, making it a real challenge to uncover their past. We've come across some remarkable examples of rare and shocking discoveries in recent times, and we're excited to bring them to you in this video. Let's start off with number 15. Ancient Chinese pig figurine. This ceramic pig figurine was discovered back in August 2020 at the ruins of Lianyun, Sichuan Province, China, and since then it stirred curiosity among archaeologists and internet users alike. Now that's because its resemblance to characters from Angry Birds is striking, but this clay object predates those by nearly 3,000 years. The pig appears to be smiling, which is unusual for the era, since most carvings of that period were side profile or more lifelike. Unlike today's stylized toys, figurines like this held cultural value in early Chinese societies. Pigs were commonly raised as domestic animals, and artistic representations were shaped by everyday life. While it might seem like a child's school project by modern standards, pig figures were widespread throughout the Shang and Zhou dynasties, which spanned from around 1600 BCE to 256 BCE. Why this particular figure was crafted in such an expressive style remains uncertain. It could represent a personal touch by its creator, possibly even a child, offering a glimpse into how ancient Chinese people blended artistic expression with familiar daily imagery. Number 14. Etruscan wolf seps helmet. No other ancient helmet in the world quite compares to the Etruscan wolf's helmet, now part of the Harvard Art Museum collection in the United States. Although it's commonly referred to as a wolf, scholars believe the creator meant to depict a wild boar. Dating back around 2,600 years to the classical period, the helmet was forged from hammered bronze. When it was first recovered, makeshift repairs covered its openings, later removed after experts discovered some patches contained arsenic. Detailed analysis suggests the helmet was repeatedly repaired, implying it saw multiple battles. It might have been passed down through generations, perhaps father to son or ruler to heir. Given how little is known about Etruscan ceremonial customs, it's possible this was a ritual piece worn by military leaders. Whether used for combat or ceremony, its battered surface tells a story of endurance and legacy. This rare headgear stands as one of the few surviving artifacts shedding light on Etruscan martial identity and craftsmanship. Number 13. Tabula Cortinencis. We now shift to the Etruscans with this bronze tablet known as the Tabula Cortinencis. Dated to over 2,200 years ago, it was found in Cortona, Italy in 1992. The bronze artifact was broken into 7 parts, with one piece still missing. Its discovery is somewhat disputed. A civilian turned it over to authorities, claiming it was found at a construction site. Despite thorough searches, no additional Etruscan items were recovered at that place. Because of its unusual circumstances, the artifact wasn't authenticated or revealed to the public until 1999. This is the third longest Etruscan inscription ever recovered and appears to document a legal matter, possibly the transfer or inheritance of land. Fragments of the deciphered text mention a vineyard, cultivated plots, and Lake Tresimeno. It also includes references to diningware, though these phrases remain cryptic without broader context. While partial translation has been achieved, full comprehension remains out of reach, keeping the tablet just beyond our full understanding. Number 12. Visby Lenses. Whether or not the Vikings intentionally built magnifying lenses is unknown, but they certainly made them. Known as Visby Lenses, these optical tools have only ever been found on Gotland Island, Sweden, hinting that the knowledge to create them may have been confined to a specific region. The debate continues over their purpose. Were they valued solely for their magnification ability? There's considerable evidence suggesting they were deliberately shaped, not formed by chance. Each lens shows almost no spherical distortion, and its magnification strength remains consistently precise across samples. It's unlikely the Vikings used them for reading. Books weren't part of their world. More plausibly, they used the lenses to concentrate sunlight and start fires. Since every lens appears to date from the 11th or 12th century and all were found in one area, researchers believe a single individual may have been responsible for their creation. If so, that person seems to have taken the technique with them to the grave, leaving behind a mystery carved in glass. Number 11. Gold Brooch Prayer Talisman. Back in February 2022, a gold brooch talisman surfaced in Manningford, England. Experts believe it had been misplaced centuries ago, far from where it was originally crafted. The brooch features inscriptions in both Latin and Hebrew, aligning with stylistic elements common between the 12th and 14th centuries. Together, these inscriptions form two segments of a Christian devotional prayer. Why both languages were used for the same verse remains unexplained. You might recognize the prayer, as it's still recited today. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Amen. Following that are four letters, A, G, L, and A, representing the Hebrew phrase Atah Gibber Leolam Adonai, translating to Thou art mighty forever, O Lord. This phrase was thought to protect against illness and malevolent forces in medieval times. How the talisman reached England is still unclear, but it will likely be displayed at the Salisbury and South Wiltshire Museum. Number 10. Gekkotansku. Gekkotansku, Japan's first full-scale humanoid robot, debuted in Osaka around 1929 as a remarkable feat of mechanical engineering. Created by biologist Makoto Nishimura, the 8-foot-tall automaton operated through a system of air pressure and mechanical levers, allowing it to perform multiple expressive movements. It began each routine by lifting a mace to its forehead, then writing Chinese characters with a pen. Gekkotansku could simulate thoughtful blinking, smiles, puffed cheeks, and graceful motion in its arms, head, and torso. Originally constructed to honor the enthronement of the Showa Emperor, it amazed spectators across Japan with its golden exterior and lifelike performance. During a European tour in the 1930s, it mysteriously vanished in Germany and was never recovered, despite searches and reward offers. In 2008, the Osaka Science Museum unveiled a modern replica built to replicate its original form and movements. The updated version stands over 10 feet tall and incorporates a computerized pneumatic system, restoring this lost cultural innovation for public display. Number 9. Nile Mosaic of Palestrina. Italy is filled with stunning mosaics, but one of the most visually striking examples isn't Italian in origin. It's the Nile Mosaic of Palestrina, now housed in the National Archaeological Museum of Palestrina. The piece captures a dramatic Egyptian landscape as the Nile River surges and floods its banks. Dated to around 2,100 years ago, it was almost certainly created by artists in Alexandria. Measuring 20 feet wide and 13 feet high, the mosaic features temple priests, active hunters, and Ptolemaic Greeks, alongside a mix of real and mythical animals. It arrived in Italy during the 17th century with the Barberini family, who were rumored to be associated with an Egyptian sect that worshipped the goddess Isis, though this remains unverified. During the 20th century, it was hidden from public view to protect it from wartime destruction, but was eventually returned to display. The mosaic's grandeur, complexity, and layered symbolism make it one of the most extraordinary examples of cross-cultural art from the classical world. Number 8. Han Dynasty Crossbow at UK Auction. When a 2,000-year-old ancient Chinese crossbow appeared at a UK auction in 2018, it drew global attention. Though astonishing, it wasn't the only eye-catching relic offered. Also listed were a Han Dynasty snake-shaped oil lamp and a bronze bell from the Zhou Dynasty. How any of these reached Britain remains unknown. The crossbow alone sold for a hefty portion of the combined $342,000 total. The auctioneer claimed it had been taken from a Beijing palace by a British soldier in 1860, but there's no proof to confirm the story. What sets this artifact apart is its pristine condition, its wooden body fully intact and its bronze trigger still operational. In theory, the weapon could still be fired today. That level of preservation is exceedingly rare for a functional war relic of this age. Hopefully, its new owner appreciates its historical weight rather than testing its aim. Few military artifacts from China's ancient dynasties have survived this well. Number 7. Urban Precinct of Maria. Archaeological activity in Egypt has surged in recent years, yielding more finds than any other time in the last century. One of the most revealing came from the ancient port city of Maria near Alexandria. While researchers already knew of Maria's cemetery and shipping port, new excavations found the framework of an ancient urban precinct. The city was founded about 2,300 years ago during the time of Alexander the Great and remained occupied until the 8th century. Beneath modest one-story buildings from the later era, researchers found the remnants of a Roman wine production facility. Above that, orderly rows of small structures, believed to be shops and homes, suggest the area once served as a bustling town center. Based on layout and spacing, experts now think Maria had become a wealthy, planned community by the 6th century. The urban planning seen here mirrors many aspects of how cities are developed today. It's rare to find such layered continuity in one location, and even rarer to see it preserved in architectural form. Number 6. 13th century wooden Rune. At the start of 2022, the worst time of my life, several runic artifacts were uncovered in Oslo, Norway. The third, found mid-February, stood out as it was carved into wood, something rarely seen in the region. Any runic discovery in Oslo is significant, but a wooden one is exceptionally rare. Because it's made of organic material, researchers had no trouble dating it to the 13th century. Crystal Zilmer, a runology professor at the University of Oslo, deciphered the 8-character runic message, which simply says, "Asborn owns me." It's unclear why Asborn felt compelled to carve his name into what appears to be an unremarkable wooden fragment. One theory suggests it was used as a stamp tag, dipped in ink and pressed onto belongings. However, that would have left the name reversed. The true purpose remains uncertain, but the inscription offers a rare glimpse into how people in medieval Scandinavia marked ownership, leaving behind an unexpected historical footprint in a material rarely preserved. Number 5. Hubert Martinet, Mechanical Elephant. This entry isn't part of a grand historical mystery, it's simply a stunning automaton that reflects a style rarely seen today. A mechanical elephant adorned in gold serves as a fine example of elite craftsmanship from the 18th century. The piece is currently housed at Waddesdon Manor, where its full provenance is carefully preserved. It was built in London in 1768 by Hubert Martinet, with assistance from a team of French artisans. The bronze frame and embedded jewels were customized per the original commissioner's instructions. During the 18th century, automata like this, especially elephant-themed ones, were commonly gifted to influential figures in India to facilitate trade agreements. The diplomatic relationship between the French and British East India companies was complex, and luxurious automata like this were seen as tools to build rapport. In my eyes, Martinet's elephant wasn't just decorative, it moved with precision, symbolizing both mechanical skill and cultural respect. Today it remains a rare and beautifully preserved artifact from an era of craftsmanship, negotiation and display. Number 4. Ancient Jewelry of Lady Fang. In 2016, a burial site in China's Datong City revealed something dazzling, exquisite gold jewelry belonging to a woman named Lady Fang. Her tomb, dating back roughly 1,500 years, held a pair of finely crafted gold earrings and a necklace made from over 5,000 tiny beads. While some media dismissed the discovery as ancient bling, the artistry deserves far more respect. Fang was buried in a wooden coffin, though oddly her skull was separated and placed beside the earrings. It's unclear whether this was part of the original burial ritual or later vandalism. An inscription at the tomb's entrance identifies her as the wife of Magistrate Qi Zhen, which could explain her access to such luxurious adornments. The earrings themselves are great, featuring carved human faces and classic dragon motifs, each etched with precise detail. Whether symbols of rank, wealth, or personal identity, her ornaments have outlived dynasties, weathered the earth, and now offer us a rare glimpse into the elegance of ancient Chinese burial tradition. Number 3. Bronze Age knife in Isle of Wight. The Isle of Wight might be a speck on the map, but its archaeological significance just grew in 2016 thanks to an unexpected find on Sandown Beach. While exploring the shoreline, a British couple using metal detectors stumbled upon a 30,000-year-old bronze artifact. Initially believing they had uncovered an ancient weapon, they turned it over to local archaeologist Frank Basford, only to learn it was a leather-working tool. Despite its age, the tool's edges were intricately shaped by hand, displaying a level of precision modern machinery would struggle to replicate. The couple, Christopher and June Priest, were vacationing from mainland Britain and had no idea they were about to contribute something so valuable to the island's history. The tool is now considered one of the oldest known crafted items found in the region. That a casual holiday discovery could hold such ancient craftsmanship speaks volumes about the quiet historical depth of the island, whose land has clearly seen far more than meets the eye. Number 2. Canterbury Cathedral windows. Canterbury Cathedral in England is famous for many things, but in July 2021, its stained glass windows revealed an even deeper layer of history. A fresh scientific study concluded that some of these windows have remained in place since the 1130s, far earlier than previously believed. That makes them the oldest surviving stained glass in the United Kingdom, and among the most ancient anywhere in the world. These very windows would have stood witness to one of medieval England's most infamous acts, the 1170 murder of Archbishop Thomas Becket at the cathedral's altar by King Henry II's knights. Afterward, the remorseful king returned, crawling on his knees through the church to seek absolution. The windows survived that event, and even the fire that gutted the cathedral 4 years later in 1174. Becket's legacy only grew after his death, transforming him into a martyr and symbol of resistance. Meanwhile, Henry's reign was overshadowed by guilt. The stained glass remains one of the last surviving witnesses to a bloody and transformative chapter in English history. Alright guys, now, let's end this with Number 1. Byzantine sundial mechanism. A fascinating bronze artifact from the Byzantine era now rests in the London Science Museum, a portable sundial and calendar that shows strong ties to the legendary Antikythera mechanism. Dated to the 6th century, it's regarded as the world's second oldest geared device. This intricate instrument can display the time and date across 16 locations, including Constantinople, Alexandria, Rhodes, and Palestine. More impressively, it maps the positions of both the sun and moon. The level of precision required to construct such a mechanism suggests the creator had advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and metalworking. Even though it was built 500 years after the Antikythera mechanism, it holds its own in terms of complexity. Experts believe it was built for travel, making its engineering all the more remarkable. The sundial's survival gives us a rare opportunity to study how ancient knowledge systems crossed into functional tools, demonstrating just how advanced scientific understanding was in Byzantine culture, centuries ahead of what many might expect. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you in the next one.